So let's start with, tell me a little bit about your ancestry.
A little bit about my ancestry. I am Polynesian, to be more specific. I am actually a mix of three of the major islands. I am a mix of Samoan from Samoa. I have Tongan from Tonga, and I also have Hawaiian from obviously Hawaii.
Awesome. So were you always interested in your culture, the Pacific Island culture, or did that come, like, how did that happen for you? Because you grew up here, right?
I am. I'm the first wave to actually be born and raised here. My family migrated from the islands, different islands, to pursue more opportunity and to voyage beyond what they knew, to discover anew. And so I came here, and I was always invested. The culture was embedded in not just something we do, but we lived it every day. We would eat the food. We would do the songs and dances about the myths and the legends, the iconic figures. And my parents did a very good job of sending me back home to the islands every year since I could walk. So we say in my family, when you can crawl, you can dance. When you can cry, you can chant.
That's awesome. And so how did you become a choreographer? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Tiana is a choreographer for Nonosina, who are the top Pacific Island dance troupe in the world outside of the islands. And how'd that happen?
I can't take the credit. My grandmother started our dance company in 1965. So this marks 52 years.
Wow.
It's been handed down through generations to my mother, to my older brother, and to myself. Never by force, but this was a way for us to keep in touch with our ancestors, with our traditions. And we are in a huge melting pot being here in California. We see this as a beautiful thing and an opportunity to have a little bit of home off the island. So when all of our friends and family come from the island, they know, go to Nonosina, and then you'll see familiar faces, you'll have a little piece of home here.
I'm feeling that way now. Pacific Islands have become home. And tell me a little bit about how you got involved with Moana.
How I got involved with Moana. Actually, my first involvement was through D23. And we're actually, my dance company is based in Anaheim, which was really cool to take part of that. And I did the choreography for the beautiful song We Know the Way, which I was really excited because it was the first time I was able to work with you guys, and then hearing my Polynesian language on a Disney scale. As a little girl growing up, I never thought that that would be. So it was touching in so many different ways. So I got to do choreography for We Know the Way to present Moana, and then shortly after that, I was brought in for, I think after that was for You're Welcome from Maui, and I was able to bring in one of my male dancers. And then I honestly have not stopped since then. And that is, I'm not complaining, it's been a blessing.
So I've heard you say, you said to me before that in Polynesian dance, every movement has meaning. Every movement conveys something. So what would you like to convey? What would you like to have the dancers convey to us tonight?
Yes, that is one thing that most people don't know. Of course, you go to the beautiful luau's in the islands, and it's very entertaining, but like you said, every motion means something, just like the markings on our body. They're beyond aesthetic. These are deeply rooted traditions. Dance being such an integral part for us as Polynesians. So I'm gonna actually share with you guys, if you don't mind, some movements that I was able to bring to the Moana family and made it eventually to the big screen. And if any of you want to jump in, feel free, let me know.
Dancers.
Free of charge. No extra charge. Validate your market. So I'm going to bring out actually our dancer, Wahine first, or that's a reference we make in the islands, to show you a little bit of movement. I have a loud voice, I'm used to teaching, so. So I'm gonna ever do, we all saw the film? Yes?
Yes.
Pumping? All right,
Yes.
awesome. There was a scene where we had Moana, and she's a little bit older, and she's teaching some of the children.
Yes.
We always teach our children to dance at a very young age. They grew up with it. So I'll have Kekai come out too. So when Moana was teaching, we'll do the varu, the figure eight, and then So this is just a basic step to get our hand and feet coordination going. Tahi, rua, toru, yeah. Tahi, rua, toru, hey. With the hips, we move it. We always move our hips. It represents the fluidity of the ocean, always. Yes, and also with our hand motions, these are basic hand motions that every time we greet visitors or loved ones, we always greet them with come and come eat. We eat a lot, yeah? So these are basic motions that we teach the kids before we get into more of sometimes ceremonial dancing or even onto actual choreography and routines. Same thing with the boys. Can you jump side to side? We always teach the boys. Boys always dance in the islands. They were the first ones to dance, actually. This is training for eventually war, training for when they go hunting and fishing. We use dancing as part of that. Yeah, I'm gonna feature right here. We have Anika, and she's gonna do some of the movement that you saw from Grandma Tala and from Moana that represents that of the ocean. So we're gonna hura, tahi, you're on. So I'm gonna show you guys some movement that we did. Let's angle this so you can see. That represents the ocean and the connection. Grandma Tala, tahi, rua, tor, hey. We say right, left, right, and the hand movements. Different motions that we use with our hands representing the ocean. Hanho and right. This represents the connectivity with the Moana and up and the waves. Yeah, and then we have another part.
Right?
Yeah, we have different representation of the Polynesian triangle, the Pacific Islands. We also make reference to the triangle. So we have a motion where we grab up, the most northern island all the way down. So it says again, Hawaii down to Rapa Nui, Hawaii down to Aotearoa, New Zealand. Yeah, the triangle. So hands, always fluid, that represents the ocean and some of our goddesses. Yeah, again, hands up and down, up and down. So we add our footwork where we cross, down, out, and then we're gonna turn. We always celebrate long hair. We believe our mana, our spirituality exists within our hair. So we celebrate, this is part of our being and our mana. Hair, and then all the way out, we always pay homage to the land, Mother Nature, our source. So we'll do it in a sequence for you. Tahi, rua, toru, hey. Uri, hey.
That's amazing.
And then I'm gonna have Kekai share with you a little bit of the reference that we provided for Maui and Moana's death. So, I'll drum for you. The push. So the men's movement, a lot of it is more aggressive, deeply rooted in warrior movement. And we're gonna show you the push, yeah. Tahi, rua, this is from Moana's dad, toru, hey. One more, we do a lot of percussive dancing with our body. You'll find this a lot in the island of Samoa, where we call it the fa'atau pati, and it's making percussive sounds with your body, keeping the rhythm, and a great way to keep in shape, as you can see.
Right?
who wants to try that?
You can send me a shake.
Yeah.
You can go send me a shake.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you. Amazing.